Number 6, captain of the team, Luis. Number 4, Cortez. Number 7, Mazza. Number 8, Fidel. Number 9, Garcia. Number 11, Perez. Number 13, Miguelino. Number 14, Ramos. Number 16, Ramos. Number 23, Paredes. Number 28, Rodriguez. Number 55, Lopez. Coach, Victor Ramos.
Hello and welcome back in to the Arena Hotel Hills here in Sarajevo. Up next in the women's competition, Great Britain will face off against Spain. Great Britain finishing second in 2023, silver medalists against the bronze medalists in Spain as they finished in third. So it is a must-see matchup today. Both teams will be wanting to go better than they did last time, and this is their opening game in the group stage. Caroline Bullock here with you on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel as we get ready to tip off in just around 2 minutes time. So both teams with 8 players returning from the 2023 competition. So a lot of experience out there on the floor, and both teams also representing at Paris in the Paralympics last year. GB finishing in 5th place and Spain in 8th place. And GB's roster largely unchanged from that Paralympic team last year. We will see Kaylee English making her senior debut with the team. She'll be playing alongside veterans Sophie Carrigill, Robin Love and Laurie Williams. Williams playing in her 7th European Championships. And for Spain, their leading scorer from the 2023 competition, Beatriz Zidari, is back, along with Sara Revuelta and Isabel Lopez. And Spain are a nation that have had great success in the 3x3 world over the last 12 months or so, and players will be bringing that experience back into the 5-on-5 team. They've got 8 players with 3x3 experience playing in Europe Cup, the World University Games and at the World Championships in South Africa earlier this summer. So if we take a look at the starting fives for Great Britain, it will be Charlie Moore, Laurie Williams, Joy Hazelden, Robin Love and Jade Atkin. And for Spain, Sonia Ruiz, Beatriz Zidari, Sara Revuelta, Nayara Rodriguez and Isabel Lopez. Great Britain playing in white today and Spain in red. The opening game for both teams in the competition. We had the very first game in the women's competition between the Netherlands and France earlier. The Netherlands coming out on top behind a triple-double from Bo Kramer, a 33-point triple-double from Kramer, setting the standard, setting the tone for what the Netherlands want to do in this competition. As teams coming out on court. We'll be bringing you all the action from the men's and women's competitions across the course of the tournament. You can watch all games live on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow along with all the action. We've had some absolutely fantastic games so far, and we've got loads more to come. And whilst there are medals on the line in the European Championships as well, teams will also have an eye on the World Championships in Ottawa. So the 2 finalists in the women's competition will automatically qualify for the World Championships next year. And 3rd and 4th place will qualify for the repechage tournament also next year. So there's a lot to play for out on the floor. So for the tip, it will be Lopez for Spain and Atkin for Great Britain. Lopez, one of the players out at the World Championships, playing 3x3 this summer, but the ball's up and it will be Spain with the first possession. Zidari secures it and will set things up for Spain. Zidari looking to go inside, pressured by Love. Lopez's shot doesn't fall. Hazelden with the rebound. And this is a Great Britain team that like to get the rebound and race out into transition as Hazelden, calling for some help, goes baseline, dishes over to Atkin. Ball's picked up by Williams, can't get it to fall. It's loose and Spain will come away with it. A bit of a messy possession there as Williams was out on the sideline, having to get back up. And a travel call will go against Spain, so it will be Great Britain ball. So Hazelden will inbound from the sideline. Williams, playing in her 7th European Championships, comes up against Rueth. Trying to break free, using the screen from Love, swings it back to Love. Love spins, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Hazelden, 4 seconds, time running down. Love, long two, too strong. Rueth for Spain. Zudairi. Zudairi puts it up, banks it in, opens the account for Spain, and it's a 2-0 lead. Zudairi, the team's leading scorer at the 2023 Championships, as Great Britain look to answer here. Williams, pressured by Revuelta, finds Hazelden, 6 seconds. Hazelden, that's short. Rueth with another rebound for Spain. She positions herself so well underneath the basket in order to box out and get those rebounds. Rueth round the arc. Zudairi back to Rueth, off the front of the rim. Love will take it for Great Britain. Great Britain looking to get on the scoreboard here early in the first quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes gone. Williams passes back out to Love. There's a mismatch there between Lopez and Williams as Hazelden swings it round. Moore finds Atkin. 3 seconds. Atkin, that's short. Atkin called for the foul as she goes in for the steal. And it will be Spain ball from the end line. That's the first team foul against GB. It's a 2-0 Spain lead here in the first quarter. Rodriguez against Love, needs some help, needs the team to catch up and get over the line. Time's running down. 11 seconds. Long pass over to Zudairi. Comes up against Williams. 5 seconds. And fouls on the floor. That's the second against GB. It will be a Spain ball from the sideline and Zudairi will take it. And Rodriguez will take it. As Zudairi receives the inbound. Up against Williams. 6 seconds. Rodriguez with space, too strong. Atkin chases down the rebound. GB pushing down the court, still looking for their first points of the quarter. Williams out to Moore. Moore long two, can't get the roll. Hazelden's there for the rebound. Gets it into the hands of Atkin, who puts the ball in the basket for GB, and we're tied at 2-all. Zudairi over the halfway line. Lopez back out to Zudairi. Long twos up, spins out, rebound Rodriguez. And Spain go back up to Rodriguez. Right place, right time for the offensive rebound. And as you will see in these close games, offensive rebounds so crucial. Those second chance points, getting another look for your team, so important as a player to be able to do that. As Williams can't answer, gets the ball. Great save there from Laurie Williams. Finds Hazelden, and Love too strong off the window. Zudairi finds Rueth. Rodriguez, that's short. Both teams getting some good looks here. Not everything's been dropping so far though, but that's something that will come throughout the course of the game. As Williams weaves her way inside, dishes off to Love, and Love finishes at the basket. What a pass there from Laurie Williams. Sneaking it round the defender. We're tied at 4-all. Rueth, the two-time Paralympian, surveying for Spain. And can't get the shot to fall. Hazelden with a third rebound for Great Britain. Hazelden's such a quick player. Watch for her to get out into transition and out onto the fast break. As she spins and whistle on the play, so foul goes against Spain. That'll be their first team foul. GB will take it from the sideline and we'll have a fresh 14. And for GB, a team that like to play fast, as I said, they like to get out onto that break. Spain are a very interesting team to come up against because they're such a defensive-minded team and they really make teams have to work for all of their points. They're a really gritty, tough defensive team of Spain. It's really become part of their identity. As Hazelden gets the ball back against Revuelta. Into Love. Extra pass over to Atkin, and Atkin splashes it in for Great Britain, and they take a 2-point lead. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Lopez back to Rueth. Lopez finds the diary on the baseline. Won't go. And GB a chance to increase this 2-point lead. Williams to Love. Swings it round to Hazelden. Using the screen from Atkin. Back to Atkin. Fading away. Has to pass out of it. Good pressure there from Spain. You can see the double team comes straight away. As Love's shot spins out. And Spain have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. A 6-4 GB lead. Zudairi looks to make space on the baseline. Her shot's short. Atkin uses that long reach. It's very high in her chair, able to secure rebounds for Great Britain. A really strong rebounder is Atkin. Really valuable player out there on the floor for Great Britain. As Williams has 5 seconds. Love thought about the shot, but comes up against Lopez. Love, tough shot on the baseline, makes it. And that will take GB up to a 4-point lead, and we will have a timeout called by Spain head coach Victor Ramos alongside his assistant Jose Manuel Conde. Want to talk things over, but a really exciting start here from both teams. Two teams that are very well matched when they come up against each other. An 8-4 lead for Great Britain over Spain. It's a battle out there on the floor, and leading the way for Great Britain, Jade Atkin has 4 points and 2 rebounds. And actually, after that last basket, it will be, yes, it is Jade Atkin, 4 points, 3 rebounds. And for Spain, splitting the scoring between Beatriz Zudairi with 2 points and 2 rebounds, and Nayara Rodriguez also with 2 points and 2 rebounds. So Great Britain, silver medalists as they came up against the Netherlands in the final back in 2023. And for Spain, they had an absolutely thrilling victory over Germany in their bronze medal game in 2023. 49-48, they came out on top. An absolutely fantastic game. As we're back out on the court, 2:44 to play here in the first quarter. GB lead by 4. It will be Spain ball from the end line. Rueth to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, just 21 years old, as Hazelden picks the pocket, comes up with the steal. Has Love. Williams is there. Gonna wait for the rest of the team to catch up, and a foul will be called against Spain. That's their second. GB will inbound. Get a fresh 14 on the clock. Love into Williams, and we'll get it back. Williams to Atkin. Atkin looking to go inside, fading away over Lopez. That's a tough shot. Williams gets in for the rebound. Not sure how she found her way in there, as Atkin adds another 2 for Great Britain. Laurie Williams, such a strong defender, and the way she moves, you saw her there just getting the rebound in between 3 players out on the floor, just able to find those gaps in the defense and just works her way through. Spain looking to cut into this. Rueth can't get it to fall. Great box out there from Hazelden on the rebound. Love. Spinning off the baseline. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Moore. And Moore's shot off right again. Williams can't quite save that one in, but you see the hustle on every single possession from Laurie Williams. Just had a wheel out of bounds, but she is chasing down those boards. As we will have a substitution. Substitution for Spain, and Virginia Perez looks like she's about to check in. Or she won't this time. It will be Amy Conroy coming into the game for Jade Atkin for Great Britain. Atkin heads to the bench, leading the scoring for GB with 6 points and 3 rebounds. So 1:15 to play here in the first quarter. 6-point GB lead. GB putting on the full court pressure as Rodriguez looks to break free. Zudairi. Rueth against Moore. Back to Zudairi. 3 seconds. Spain will need to put something up. Pass inside to Lopez. Won't fall. And Great Britain back on the attack. And foul against Spain. That's the 3rd team foul. The GB ball. 42.4 seconds, and we will have the substitution for Spain. So Virginia Perez will come into the game alongside Lourdes Ortega. Rodriguez and Ruech head to the bench. The duo of Perez and Lopez out there on the floor certainly make things difficult for their opponents. Have a long reach, setting up a twin towers type of players. Conroy's shots off right. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Spain ball. It's a 10-4 lead for GB here in the first quarter. A relatively low scoring quarter by both team standards. But you get 2 strong defensive teams like this coming up against each other. That's what you're going to see. Zudairi. Looked like Williams got her hands on the ball, nearly knocked it away. Zudairi. And travel called against Spain. So Great Britain will get it back. 15.5 seconds on the clock. Shot clock is off. So GB can hold for the final possession here, as Love will take it from the end line. Nope, we'll go sideline. Williams into Conroy. 13 seconds. Conroy playing for the East London Phoenix in the WPL this season in the United Kingdom. Finds Love. 2 seconds. Love back to Moore, and steal by Zudairi. Great defense there from Spain to get a stop to end the quarter. And it is a 10-4 lead for Great Britain over Spain. As we head into the second quarter. So leading the way for Great Britain, it is Jade Atkin with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Alongside her, Robin Love with 4 points and a rebound and an assist. And for Spain, on those 4 points, Beatrice Diary and Nayara Rodriguez both on 2 points apiece and both with 2 rebounds. So the opening game here at the European Championships for both teams. Teams will play each other once in the group stages. And the top 4 teams moving on to the semi-finals. The women's semi-finals will take place on Wednesday with the finals and placing games as well. Final will be on Friday, the 17th of October, next Friday. We've got a lot of basketball to play though between now and then. And back out on the court, it is Great Britain ball. As Conroy controls it for GB. Thought about the shot. Back to Williams, into Conroy. Love using the screen from Moore, sinks it! Love's up to 6 points personal. Moore, such a master of setting those screens, getting her teammates into position. As it's an 8-point lead for Great Britain. Zudairi against Love. Perez is there. Perez looking to go inside, has the mismatch against Hazelden. Spins, puts it up from the elbow, too strong. And ball is going to stay with Spain. That'll be a foul against Conroy and Great Britain. First team foul for GB this quarter as Perez takes it from the sideline. Lopez, and offensive foul called against Spain. Hazelden able to draw the foul for Great Britain. So first foul against Spain. Williams gets it into Hazelden. Hazelden to Conroy. Ball just go out of bounds. And Spain will get it back and a chance to cut into this lead. Eight players on this Spanish team that have had 3x3 experience over the last 12 months or so. Be very familiar playing with each other, getting those extra reps in competition. 3x3, a very, very different game to 5-on-5, different skill sets and a different type of play, as Perez's shot doesn't fall, but players will always tell you that the conditioning and the things that you learn are really valuable to be able to bring back to the game. You can adapt and pick out little pieces of it that really help you out there on the floor. As Love hits another from the baseline, and Robin Love up to 8 points personal. Love having recently been awarded an honorary doctorate by Edinburgh Napier University, where she first discovered wheelchair basketball. Does absolutely amazing things for the women's game. Will be coaching the women's league team for the Manchester Revolution this season, newly announced just this week. So it's a 10-point GB lead. Spain have it from the sideline. Zudairi. And foul. That's going to go against Spain. It's another offensive foul called. So Great Britain will have it, as we see Victoria Villarino. She came in on that last substitution for Spain alongside Ortega. So Conroy on the inbound for Great Britain. Hazelden against Ortega. Ortega be called for the foul. That's the third on Spain. So a couple of quick fouls there on Spain. Want to be careful not to get into the bonus too early on 3, and we've still got 8:06 to play here in the first half. So Love will take it from the sideline. Love leading all scorers with 8 points for GB. As she puts up a 3 and hits it! Robin Love from downtown, just pouring in the points for Great Britain. Up to 11. And GB stretched the lead up to 12. And Robin Love, such a threat from all over the floor. You want long shots, you want short shots. She's going to put the ball in the basket, and cheers from the GB contingent in the crowd. Enjoyed that one. So Spain looking to cut into this here. Zudairi. And an unsportsmanlike foul is called. That's going to go against Great Britain. So that's going to give 2 shots and possession to Spain. That's on, I believe that was on Hazelden. And Love's shot just before that was a long 2. Wasn't a 3-pointer. So 16-4 is the score. As Villarino gets the second free throw, and possession will stay with Spain. So they'll take it from the sideline. Zudairi into Perez. Ortega, shot. Pass is broken up, ball goes out of bounds. And a referee calls GB possession. Last touch Spain. Love working against Perez. Finds Conroy under the basket. Conroy gets the whistle, triple teamed on the shot. Amy Conroy will go to the foul line. And that's going to be the 4th on Spain. So they need to be careful here, because a 5th foul will put them in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. And with 7:24 to play, that is a long time to play when GB can try and take advantage of that, get themselves to the foul line. So Sophie Carrigill out onto the floor for GB, as Amy Conroy at the foul line. The 4-time Paralympian, signed for the London Titans this season in the Premier Division in the United Kingdom. Was with the East London Phoenix since their inception and won the national championship title with them earlier in the year. Ortega to Perez. Spain looking to cut into this deficit. Shot doesn't fall as Love secures the rebound. Williams is there. Williams backs it down. And Paul's pass is picked off. Perez comes up with the steal. And you see that is why Perez is such a tough defender to come up against. Uses her long reach. Able to intercept the ball and read those passing lanes as Zidari working against Cargill. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Bounces off, but she's going to go to the foul line. And that goes against Great Britain. And Zidari, a chance for 2 here at the stripe for Spain. And Beatrice Zidari won a silver medal at the World University Games earlier this summer in the 3x3 competition. Had 4 offensive rebounds in the final against Germany. Just came up short in overtime, but it was an absolutely thrilling game to watch as she gets the second one to drop. Zidari up to 3 points and 2 rebounds. Cuts the lead down to 9. Hazelden. Spain looking for a stop here. Hazelden spinning over to Cargill. 7 seconds, Love. Back to Cargill. Conroy fading away under pressure. Too strong. Spain working their way back in as Villarino finds some space. Can't get it to go. Just too short on the layup. Love secures another rebound for Great Britain as Williams will set things up. Swings it to Love. 5 seconds. Love against Villarino. Hazelden with space from the foul line. Nets it. And Hazelden gets herself on the scoreboard, leads back up to double figures. Zidari looking to answer, and we'll just have a stop on the floor as Conroy gets up. So Spain possession. Spain have been getting some looks around their elbow, around the free throw line area. Finding themselves some space there. See if they can try and capitalise on that as Perez puts up a long shot. And Love powering down the court. Has Hazelden. Hazelden. And an offensive foul called. Great defense there from Spain, taking the contact. And that puts GB on 14 fouls. So both teams 1 foul away from being in the bonus. And we've still got just over 5 minutes to play here. As Isabel Lopez will come back into the game for Spain. And Virginia Perez heads to the bench. Villarino finds Revuelta. And long pass over to Lopez. Looking for some help, looking to hand off. Villarino. To Zidari, 5 seconds. And fouls on the floor. So that's going to send Spain to the foul line. So Zidari will go back to the stripe. Zidari playing in the 2023 European Championships, where she averaged 13.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds and 4.7 assists. She was 4th in points per game in the competition and 3rd in assists per game. As shots off the front of the rim. Second to come. That one doesn't drop, but chases down her own rebound. And another chance here for Spain. The shot doesn't fall from Ortega. Love to Williams. Into Robinson. Ball will just go out of bounds. As Lucy Robinson in for GB on that last possession. So it was a 10-4 run for GB in the first quarter. The second quarter has been an 8-3 run. So Spain have been able to stop GB scoring as much as in the first, as Zudairi too strong, but Lopez is there for the rebound. And basket's good. A technical foul called there for lifting against Great Britain. So basket is good. And the technical foul called as the referees just confer. So referee just explaining to head coach. Miguel Vaquero Mastre there that it was a technical foul called for lifting. That's against Spain. So Love misses the technical free throw. And so it was we had the technical foul for lifting and it was a jump ball called on the possession. So we go to where we were before the technical was called, which was the jump ball possession, and jump ball will go the way of Spain. So Spain with a chance here. Lopez, round to Zudairi. 6 seconds. Villarino, tough shot. Love on the boards for GB. Williams pushing the pace, has Love to her right. And foul against Spain, so we'll go back to the foul line for GB. We'll have a timeout called though before we do. So 3:48 to play here in the second quarter. It's an 18-7 lead for Great Britain over Spain. As I mentioned in the first quarter, it's been a relatively low-scoring game by both teams' standards. Robin Love leading the way for all scorers with 10 points personal. 71% from the field, has 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Jade Atkin with 6 points and 3 rebounds. And for Spain, it is Beatrice Zudairi with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Nayara Rodriguez adding in 2 points and 2 rebounds. 4 points in the paint for Great Britain compared to Spain's 2. And neither team with any fast break points. And as we know, GB are a team that like to get out into transition, especially with a player like Joy Hazelton out there, who is incredibly fast out on the court. But Spain are going to make you work for it, and they're not going to let you have a player that's leaking out down the floor, not going to give you any easy looks at the basket. So it's a really interesting matchup between these two teams and their styles of play. So we're back out on the floor. And it will be Williams at the foul line for 2 shots. Rory Williams, the 4-time Paralympian, reached the quarterfinals with GB in Paris last year, playing for the Manchester Revolution in the Premier League in the UK last season, won the league title, also playing in the Eurocup qualifiers, where she had 7 points and 3 rebounds against the London Titans. Manchester Revolution making the Eurocup 3 finals last year as free throw spins out. So Spain, a chance to cut into this. Chance to make it into a single-digit game. Lopez. Oh, what a pass underneath. Just a bit too much on it. You could see what she was going for. Just not able to keep it in bounds. Williams into Love. Hazelden. Hazelden paying for the University of Alabama. Finds Robinson. Robinson gets the bounce. And will get herself on the scoreboard for GB. 13-point lead here. 3:13 to play in the first half. Villarino against Cargill. Zudairi. Oh, weaves through traffic and shots waved off. Foul was on the floor, but that will send Spain to the foul line. Zudairi doing a really good job there. She's able to find the space, just work her way into position, gets herself to the basket, gets rewarded with 2 shots at the foul line. Player that also played in the World Championships in Dubai in 2023, averaging 14.5 points per game and 6.3 assists. She was 5th in assists per game in the competition. A really, really good facilitator out there for Spain on the floor. As she gets the roll on the second free throw, it takes Spain up to 8. Williams, Hazelden driving to the basket, scoops 2 strong balls, tipped. Great hands there by Williams. As Robinson saves it in. 3 seconds on the clock. Love to Hazelden, has to put something up here and will be blocked by Lopez. Great stance there from Isabel Lopez, and Spain just standing her ground defensively, has the mismatch, able to stop Hazelden and GB scoring. As Williams will go to the bench for GB and into the game, we will see Kaylee English for the first time making her senior debut out on the floor at the European Championships. Playing for the Manchester Revolution this season. Lopez doesn't get it to fall. Robinson has the rebound. That is a position that Lopez will find herself in under the basket. That's a really strong spot for her to shoot from. Not able to get it to drop that time, but she'll certainly get those looks. And Hazelden, fouled on the shot, is going to go to the line. And with both teams in the bonus and both teams playing as hard as they do inside, we might have a few more trips to the foul line before the end of the quarter. So substitution to come for Spain here as Virginia Perez will come in. And Nayara Rodriguez also back out on the floor. So Hazelden with 2 to come for Great Britain. As Conroy checks in, Love will go to the bench. Joy Hazelden, a Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, playing for England in 3x3 in Birmingham 2022. She'll be heading into her 5th year at Alabama University this season. Was named to the All-American second team last year. Has won 4 national championships with them. The University of Alabama, just incredibly strong program, producing some exceptional talent out there. As GB will get another chance on offense here after that offensive rebound. Conroy to Robinson, dishes inside to Cargill, pressured by Revuelta, but gets it to go. That is a tough basket from Sophie Cargill and extends the GB lead here in the second quarter. Perez puts it up from deep, doesn't get it to fall, but she can hit from there. Conroy against Revuelta. Hazelden. Back to Conroy. 6 seconds. Conroy. Shot spins out. Rodriguez grabs the rebound and a little shifty pass there back to Perez. Spain looking to cut into this lead before half-time. Just under a minute to go as Conroy reads the pass out onto the break and will lay it up and in. And Amy Conroy gets herself on the scoreboard, and that is the GB style of basketball that they will be wanting to play, getting those quick possessions. Perez against Conroy. Perez puts it over to Lopez. Lopez fouled on the shot, so she will go to the line. But you see that connection there between Perez and Lopez, two players that were out at the 3x3 World Championships in South Africa earlier this year. They have built such a strong connection between them. And Lopez will go to the foul line. Won a bronze medal in 2021 with Spain at the European Championships. And during the 2023 competition, had 6 points a game. Doesn't get the second to go. Shot clock's off. 17 seconds in the quarter. Conroy. Conroy looking to pass out of it. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Hazelden on the baseline and intercepted by Perez. Time will run out, but that will do it for the end of the first half. It's a 24-8 lead for GB at half-time. I said it before earlier, but a relatively low-scoring game by both teams' standards. It was a 10-4 run for GB in the first quarter and a 14-4 run in the second. Leading the way for Great Britain with 10 points and 6 rebounds and 3 assists is Robin Love. Jade Atkin adding in 6 points and 3 rebounds. And for Spain, Beatrice Diary, 5 points for her along with 4 rebounds. And Nayara Rodriguez, 2 points and 3 rebounds. So we're going to take a quick break for half-time, but stick with us here on the IWF Europe YouTube channel for the second half coming up in around 13 minutes' time. Welcome back into the Arena Hotel Hills here in Sarajevo as we get ready for the third quarter between Great Britain and Spain. It's been a low-scoring game so far, 24-8. Great Britain are leading as we head into the third quarter, with Robin Love for Great Britain leading all scorers with 10 points. Both teams are playing in their first group game in the competition so far. After this one, Great Britain will play Germany on Sunday at 2:30 local time, and Spain will face the Netherlands tomorrow at 2:30. And coming up after this game on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel at 7 o'clock, we will have the Great Britain men taking on Israel, and at 7:30 Turkey against Bosnia. All games are live on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel all throughout the tournament. Make sure to like and subscribe, and you can follow along with all the action. Follow along on social media too. Loads of great content out there, especially from all the teams in the competition. See some of what's going on behind the scenes with the teams. And have a look at some of the GB players trying a European quiz. See how they did on the men's and women's teams. Some great questions out there, whoever created that quiz. But back out on the floor for the third quarter. It's a 24-8 lead for Great Britain over Spain. So Spain looking to chip into this, and they are a team definitely built for comebacks. A really strong defensive team. Really make your opponents work for it when they're out on defense, and that defense they can turn into offense. So let's see how they do coming out into this third quarter. And great start there as Zudairi steals the ball and then draws the foul. So first team foul against GB. And that's the second steal for Zudairi. And gets to the basket. Doesn't get it to fall. Conroy there for the rebound for Great Britain. And Conroy finds Robinson. That's a tough pass, tough catch from Robinson. Conroy's there under the basket, gets the rebound. Finishing at the basket for Conroy, up to 4 points along with 3 rebounds. Ruiz for Spain. Pressured by Carrigill. Lopez with the mismatch against Hazelden. And shot is up. Ball pops out. And Great Britain back down the court on the attack. It's Conroy looking to make some space. Robinson's there, fading away, gets it to drop. Almost looked like she was sideways onto the hoop. But Robinson finishing at the basket. She's up to 4. And a 4-0 lead for GB here in the first 90 seconds of the third. Spain looking to answer. Rodriguez with space, that's too strong. Great Britain will have it back. Hazelden for GB. Finds Conroy on the baseline. Conroy, shots up, bounces off, gets her own rebound, under pressure from Lopez. Ooh, Zudairi coming in from behind. As Spain get the stop. Zudairi there just almost coming up with the steal. Again, such a tough defender. As she swings it into Lopez, too much on the pass, will go out of bounds and Great Britain will get it back. And Spain here to come out into the third quarter, they're getting the stops, haven't been able to convert on the offensive side, but they're doing the hard work and they've come out as inbound for GB, wasn't across the line, so Spain get it. And a chance for them to cut into this here. Zudairi has Lopez, back to Zudairi. Zudairi, Revuelta space from the foul line, it's short. Ball's tipped into the hands of GB. And Spain called for the foul, so that'll be the first team foul. Both teams just on one team foul. We'll just confirm if that was on Zudairi. If that was on Zudairi, that would be her fourth personal foul. It would be a blow for Spain. But Conroy finds Robinson on the baseline, bounces off the rim. Cargill racing in for the rebound. As we'll have a substitution for Spain as Virginia Perez will come in, and Lourdes Ortega also into the game. So with Perez and Lopez out on the floor, look for Spain to try and go inside as Conroy takes the ball away. Has Hazelden up ahead, but great screen there from Hazelden. Gets Conroy free and Robinson finishing. And GB put themselves up to 30. And with that substitution with Zudairi headed to the bench, she is on 4 fouls, so that is going to be tough for Spain. As Rodriguez works away inside, Conroy gets a hand on it, so it will be a jump ball called. Possession stays with Spain. And they will go from the baseline. 6:20 to play here in the third quarter. Rodriguez. 3 seconds. Spain need to put something up here. Perez with 1 second puts it up at the buzzer. Bounces off the rim. Conroy with her 7th rebound of the game. Against Rodriguez. Conroy into Cargill. Cargill tips it to Robinson. Ball will go out of bounds. Lopez just making things difficult for Great Britain on offense. As Spain take it from the end line. GB picking up full court here, putting the pressure on. As Revuelta into Perez. Perez just makes the toughest catches for the team. And a whistle on the floor. Foul goes against GB. That's the 3rd team foul. So Lopez from the sideline. Perez spinning against Hazelden. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Revuelta, that's short. Rebound Robinson. GB pushing it back down the court. As Conroy will have it. Working against Lopez. Stop on the floor just for Cargill to get up. No foul called on the play. 5:22 to go. Referee will stop the game if there's any chance the players might be in a a difficult position as we'll have a substitution, and Katie Morrow gets her first minutes of the game for Great Britain. She's into the game alongside Charlie Moore. So, Great Britain ball, Conroy. Runs into Rodriguez. And travel called. So, Spain ball, Rodriguez forcing the turnover. Good hands there defensively and just positioning herself really well. Forcing that turnover for GB. And as I said earlier, Spain have been able to get the stops in the third quarter. They've just not been able to convert on the offensive end. Spain forcing 9 turnovers from GB, but only able to turn that into 2 points, whereas GB with 10 points from turnovers. So Spain, they are getting those stops. As Revuelta passes to Perez. Spain need to get it over the halfway line here. They won't do it in time. That's an 8-second violation. So ball goes back with GB. Inbound from Conroy to Hazelden, back to Conroy. Conroy, one of the players that wasn't available during the 2023 European Championships. Great to see her back on the floor as she draws the whistle and is going to go to the foul line. Conroy, just an absolutely fantastic all-round player for Great Britain. With the East London Phoenix this season in the Women's Premier League, she averaged just over 24 points a game and 11.7 rebounds, a double-double for the season, and shot just under 69% from the field. She won the National Championship finals with the East London Phoenix against the Loughborough Lightning, and doesn't get the second one to go. And Spain back on the attack, looking to cut into this lead. Lopez has space, but runs into Morrow. 5 seconds for Perez, long two, off the back iron. Morrow passes back to Conroy. Conroy against Rodriguez. And foul. Oh, an offensive foul called. Goes against Great Britain. So Spain will have the ball. And substitution for Great Britain as Jude Hamer, looking like she's about to check in. As referee signals for substitution, Amy Conroy goes to the bench. So Spain ball. Some work to do here in the second half. But again, they are a really strong defensive team, very defensive minded. Able to get those stops as Perez threes up, doesn't drop. Offensive rebound secured by Rodriguez. Perez back into Rodriguez. Too strong. But again, great positioning from Spain. They are getting those looks. They're getting those cuts to the basket. Hazelden for GB. Against Revuelta. Hamer. Hamer with 4 seconds time running down. Shots off the rim. As Perez controls it for Spain. Perez puts it up and in! A huge shot there for Perez. As the three goes for Spain, gets them on the scoreboard for this quarter, and will that open the floodgates a little bit for Spain here in the third? Perez, a strong shooter from outside, as Morrow has it for GB. From the elbow, lean in, and whistle on the shot. So Morrow will go to the foul line. A chance for two here for GB. And Katie Morrow, a two-time Paralympian representing in Paris and at Rio in 2016 when she was the youngest player on the team at just 16 years old. Playing in the Women's Premier League in the United Kingdom for the Cardiff Met Archers last season. Been playing there for 4 seasons in the Women's Premier League. The only pro women's wheelchair basketball league in the world. And has certainly drawn a lot of attention. As Morrow, second one's good. Gets her first points of the game. GB up 20 here in the third. It's been a 7-3 run for GB. Again, it's low scoring quarters for both of these teams. It's the defense that we see out on display. Ortega to Perez, 5 seconds, Perez. That one doesn't fall. But Spain, if they're able to get Perez into those positions outside the three-point line, she's got the look. She wants to take it. She is a shooter that can hit from outside. And that can be one way for Spain to cut back into this. Morrow passes over to Hamer. Hamer can't get the shot off over Lopez. That is the danger of Lopez, but Hamer will go baseline. Won't fall, and Ortega takes it away for Spain. Perez puts it up. Off the back iron, Hamer tips it. And GB back on the attack. Hazelden going against Rodriguez. Hazelden backs the ball out. Morrow's there. Doesn't drop. Last touch, Spain. So stays GB basketball. And a timeout called by Great Britain head coach Miguel Vaquero Maestri alongside his assistant Jorge Borba. Wants to talk it over with the team. So a 31-11 lead for Great Britain over Spain here in the third quarter. Both teams in their opening game so far. Spain play again tomorrow against the Netherlands at 2:30. GB will have an off day tomorrow and then go again on Sunday against Germany at 2:30. And then coming up after this game in the men's competition, Great Britain and Israel at 7 o'clock on court 2, and over here on court 1 at 7:30, Turkey and Bosnia. Bosnia doing a fantastic job hosting the European Championships here in Sarajevo, here at the Arena Hotel Hills. Got a nice crowd building. Great to see the support out there for both teams out on the floor. Got some Spanish flags being waved, some Great Britain flags over on the other side. Now as teams come back out onto the floor, 1:50 to play here in the third. Great Britain ball from the end line. Morrow to Moore. Moore on the baseline. Long two's good. And Charlie Moore gets herself onto the scoreboard and coming out of that timeout. Coach Maestri going to be very pleased with that when a coach draws up a play and the team executes it. Always going to make a coach happy. Perez, 3, sinks it! Perez from downtown. And Bohemia Perez, 2 threes in the third quarter. Gives Spain their highest scoring quarter so far. Hazelden to Morrow. Morrow can't answer. Lopez takes it for Spain, and Spain have numbers here. It's a 3-on-2 break. Rodriguez, ball's intercepted by Hazelden. GB able to stop the break. Final minute of the third quarter. Hazelden working against Lopez. Lopez comes up with the steal. Over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez works away onto the baseline. Perez is there. That's too strong. Ball's on the baseline, and Ortega and Hazelden fighting for the jump ball. It goes the way of GB, but Ortega has been finding herself in those spots underneath the basket, getting those rebounds, just positioning herself really well. Spain having held GB to their lowest scoring quarter so far with 9 points, as Hazelden works against Revuelta. Hazelden has to back out. 5 seconds. Long pass to Morrow. Morrow shots up, bounces off. English with the rebound, but that'll do it for the third. A 33-14 lead for GB over Spain, and a 9-6 quarter. So Spain's highest scoring quarter of the game and GB's lowest scoring quarter of the game so far. And we are seeing that Spanish defense out on display, as Bohemia Perez hitting those 2 big threes in the quarter, leading the scoring for Spain. 6 points for her, along with a rebound. And Beatrice Zidairi adding in 5 points and 4 rebounds. Now Zidairi, we saw go to the bench early on in the third, picking up her 4th foul. So you wonder if we might see her maybe a few minutes into the fourth quarter for Spain. Probably won't sit for too long. And for Great Britain, it is Robin Love leading the way with 10 points and 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Jade Atkin, 6 points and 3 rebounds. And Lucy Robinson also on 6 points off the bench with 4 rebounds as well. So 10 more minutes to play. A matchup between the 2023 bronze and silver medalists. So teams back out onto the floor. It will be Spain ball, and Perez will inbound. Rodriguez has more on her. Rodriguez into Perez. Perez, tough shot, can't get the roll. Conroy takes it for GB. Williams back out onto the floor for Great Britain as Perez comes up with the steal. And again, Spain are able to get those stops. They've been doing that pretty much through the game, just haven't been able to convert as much on the offensive side. As Perez uses a screen from Rodriguez. Not that time. Hazelden racing down the court. Able to spin out of the defense. Williams looks for Love. Love gets it to drop. And Robin Love up to 12 points with the shot clock winding down. Spain looking to answer. Ortega to Perez. Perez, long pass into Lopez. Goes out of bounds. And GB will have it back as we see a substitution, and we will see Beatrice Zidari back into the game for Spain. She is playing on those 4 fouls. Conroy. Path to the basket is blocked, out to Williams. Hazelden. Hazelden, her path is open and will lay it in for 2. Spain able to close off that first drive, but the second from Hazelden finds a way to the basket as Zoudairi needs to wait for the team to cross the line. She's up against Williams. Lopez, round to Perez, 4 seconds, time running down. Perez off the rim, but offensive rebound from Zoudairi back to Perez, who doesn't get the roll, rolled all around the rim. Love, Conroy, her shot will spin out. It's unlucky on both ends of the floor there. Not getting the shooter's roll. Perez has Love on her. Over to Lopez. Lopez doesn't get it to fall. That was such a great pass. You want to see her rewarded with the 2 points at the other end. As Love for GB. Finds that baseline spot. Kicks it out to Williams. Williams with a no-look to Conroy. Time running down, 3 seconds. Conroy, long 2, in and out. And Lopez to Zoudairi. Runs into Love. Ortega under the hoop, pressured by Conroy from behind. And Conroy leading the charge. Williams looking to go inside. Conroy's there. Under the basket. Finds herself maybe a bit too far underneath the basket. And a 3-second call is going to go against GB in the key. So referee's just going to talk this over because looked like one of them may have been signalling for a foul. So they're going to determine, sorry, not signaling for a foul. The GB team were calling for a foul under the basket. So referee call on the floor. They originally called 3 seconds. That will stand. So 3 seconds in the key for Great Britain. Spain will get it back. And yet again, Spain able to get that stop. Let's see if they can make something on offense here, as Sonia Ruiz will come back into the game. And Nayara Rodriguez. It's been a 4-0 run for GB this quarter. Zoudairi. Zoudairi against Moore. Zoudairi with space here from the foul line, but Love pops up on defense, calling for some help. Lopez, 2 seconds, he's going to have to put something up here. She will do it, bounces out of the rim. And ball goes back the way of GB. Hazelden into Conroy. Conroy gets the basket and the foul. Amy Conroy taking the contact. Going to go to the foul line, has a chance for a 3-point play here. A player that represented England at the Commonwealth Games alongside teammate Joy Hazelden and Charlie Moore. And with the Commonwealth Games approaching next year as well in Glasgow, teams in the Commonwealth will certainly have an eye on the 3x3 competition. As Conroy gets it to go. Conroy with 5 points and 9 rebounds. As foul is called against GB. That's their first this quarter. And it will be Spain ball from the sideline. Ruiz, experience playing in the Euro Cup 2 finals this season with Murcia in Spain. Will get the ball back at the foul line, round to Rodriguez, under pressure from Williams, off the front of the rim. And Williams back down the court. Lopez is there to block off El path to the basket, but Love underneath the hoop takes herself up to 14 points, leading all scorers so far. Zudairi, Revuelta roll into the basket, high off the glass. And that is trademark Sara Revuelta using the glass. She has a really high shot, puts the ball up very, very high above her opponents. And will get herself onto the scoreboard for Spain. .4:38 to play. It's the opening game for both teams here. As Love back to Williams. Conroy on the baseline. It's up and in! And Amy Conroy feeling it here in the third quarter. As GB stretch out in the lead. Ruiz using the screen from Revuelta. Shot short, ball's tipped, and Rodriguez comes up with it, and back-to-back buckets for Spain. Williams surveying, ball's knocked by Zudairi. GB still retain possession, 6 seconds. Moore, long pass to Love. Baseline shot is off the rim. And Conroy intercepts the pass. GB have it back. Conroy hands off to Love. To Moore. Williams with 10 seconds. Love's there. Baseline. Swings it round to Williams to Moore. What ball movement here from Great Britain. Just passing the ball like a hot potato. As Charlie Moore fouled on the shot, and that's going to put her at the line for 2 free throws. As Jude Hamer checks in, while Amy Conroy will take a seat for Great Britain. Conroy, 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists out on the floor. As Charlie Moore, who started playing basketball at 8 years old, gets the first free throw to fall. Playing in the Champions Cup Final Four for CD Ilunion this season in Spain. Has been playing in Spain since the 2020-21, that's 22 season. As Lopez secures the rebound. Revuelta going to wait for the team to catch up as Rodriguez round the outside. Ruiz, ball's knocked. And Ruiz comes up with it. Foul's called, going to go against Williams. That's the second team foul on GB. So unlike in the earlier quarter. Teams not in any kind of foul trouble here as a team at the moment. Both teams will be on 2 team fouls as we've got a timeout called. 2:42 to play. It's a 45-18 lead for GB over Spain here in the 4th quarter. Leading all scorers is Robin Love with 14 points, shooting 70% from the field. She has 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And Amy Conroy off the bench, those 9 points and 9 rebounds, along with 3 steals and 3 assists. And for Spain, it is Virginia Perez with those 6 points, hitting those 2 threes, also has 3 steals in the game. And Beatrice Diary, 5 points, 5 rebounds and a steal. And if we look again, the fast break points, just 2 for GB, none for Spain. But for GB, a team that like to run and get out into transition. Spain have really been able to counter that and stop them playing the type of basketball that they like to play. So a very interesting matchup between these two teams. So 2:42 to go here in the 4th quarter. Rueth looks to go from the left-hand side, can't get it to drop, ball's tipped. Hamer will have it. Hamer out on court, playing it alongside 3x3 teammate Robin Love, playing at the World Championships. As we see Maddie Martin into the game for GB for the first time as Williams hits the floater. And Laurie Williams, with her first points of the game, gets herself onto the scoreboard for Great Britain. Rueth. Zudairi to Lopez. Lopez fading away. Tough shot. Doesn't drop. Williams. Watch for Love cutting inside. Love against Rueth. 4 seconds on the clock. Over to Williams. Williams from the foul line. That's too strong. Spain looking to add to their total here. Zudairi runs into traffic. Zudairi lines it up. It's short. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Great Britain possession. Substitution for Spain as Rueth will go to the bench and Lucia Ramo into the game for the first time for Spain. .109 to play here in the 4th quarter. GB with an off day tomorrow and Spain playing against the Netherlands. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Good defense there from Zudairi, and they're the kind of plays, they're not going to show up on the stat sheets, not going to result in a steal, but just makes things difficult for the opposing team. Just knock the ball out of bounds, take some time off the clock. As change of possession on the floor, so it will be, last touch was Spain, so it will be Great Britain ball. Love from the elbow, won't fall. And Lopez back down the floor for Spain. Has the diary. Into Rodriguez, doesn't get it to drop. .30 seconds in the quarter as Williams has it for GB. Backs the ball out, 8 seconds. Hamer, it's intercepted. Zudairi read that pass. Comes up with another steal for Spain. 12 seconds. Rodriguez working away, baseline. Too much on the shot. And GB will have 6 seconds here. Time to get something off if they want to. But Laurie Williams will dribble it down, and GB take the win, 47-18 over Spain in their opening game. Great Britain led by Robin Love with 14 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Amy Conroy off the bench with 9 points and 9 rebounds, along with 3 assists and 3 steals. And for Spain, leading the way, it was Bohemia Perez, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 steals, hitting those big three-pointers in the third quarter was Perez. And alongside her, Beatrice Diary, 5 points and 6 rebounds and 2 steals. So Great Britain win their opening game against Spain. They'll be back in action against Germany on Sunday at 2:30, and Spain will be playing the Netherlands tomorrow at 2:30. So coming up next on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel, in the men's competition at 7 o'clock, Great Britain will play Israel. And at 7:30, rounding out the day, it will be Turkey against Bosnia. So the final score, Great Britain 47, Spain 18. Thank you to everybody who's joined us here on the IWBF YouTube channel, and we'll see you very shortly.